because it is the former NXT Women's Champion on Monday Night Raw. It is the genius of the sky. It is Io Shirai. Jinder, you might want to get the hell out of there as soon as possible. There is no freedom from this man. There is only pain and suffering, courtesy of the Fiend. The phenomenal one is here, AJ Styles on Monday Night Raw. Nakamura gave him one, but AJ Styles leaves you tonight victorious on Monday Night Raw. Hello everyone and welcome. This is Monday Night Raw. Plenty happened on last week's edition of Monday Night Raw, but that wasn't all that Monday Night Raw was limited to. We are here tonight in Memphis, Tennessee, home of the King of Rock and Roll. But tonight, we start things off with the man who did not close Monday Night Raw, but closed ECW. It is the World Heavyweight Champion in the building, Roman Reigns, starting things off on Raw. If you saw ECW, you saw what transpired. Roman Reigns hopping over the fence, jumping into the ring, and assaulting Johnny Gargano. I don't know how Reigns got into the building. I don't know how it was so easy for a Monday Night Raw superstar to jump into an ECW ring. I don't know why security wasn't doing their job. But Roman Reigns jumped the ring, jumped Gargano, and laid him out with a spear. And for the first time in the show's history, Monday Night Raw closed with Roman Reigns as the final image we looked at. I said on that evening, was it Monday Night Raw firing the first shot? Was it a declaration of war towards ECW? Well, if there's one man who's going to give us an answer to that, it would be none other than the World Heavyweight Champion himself. Packed house here in Memphis as we prepare for tonight's action. But we are looking forward to seeing and hearing from the World Heavyweight Champion. The first time we have seen him since the controversial ending, heavily controversial ending to Monday Night, to No Way Out, between himself and Kyle O'Reilly. And we simply do not know if Roman Reigns is going to have anything to say about that event, or if he's going to be intrinsically focused on the events of last week and leading up towards the Survivor Series pay-per-view. Not a nice reaction for Roman Reigns in this Memphis audience, though. This crowd, regardless of what he did last week, with certainly no positives towards Roman Reigns, who takes a microphone in his hand. Let's see what he's got to say. Well, Reigns returning the reciprocal feeling from the crowd back to them. Certainly nothing nice to say. It would seem that Roman Reigns is firmly set on continuing on from what happened on ECW. No way out of his mind. ECW running through it. And now bringing up the man he laid out in Johnny Gargano. I can assure you that didn't rest well within Johnny Wrestling. And there you have it. Reigns has put out the challenge, not only to Johnny Gargano, but to ECW itself. Roman Reigns, the war crier. Reigns wants Gargano and ECW at Survivor Series. He wants it to be Team Raw and Team ECW. And he and Gargano will meet as the captains of their respective brands. What a way it is to kick off this episode of Monday Night Raw, hearing from the World Heavyweight Champion the challenge he's put out. But what a main event it will be when Daniel Bryan and the United States Champion, the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne, meet one-on-one. But before we get to that main event of the evening, we have to get through, well, these guys. Magnum Opus in tag team action right now. Gentleman Jack Gallagher and Aiden English ready to square off here. It's not going to be the best of rides for them, if I'm going to be honest. They're going to be taking on a team who were brought up in reference from one Shelton Benjamin last week. Yeah. Together, as a unit, and maybe, just maybe, better than they were before. War Machine on Monday Night Raw. Prepare for the call of war, because war is gonna come down here in Memphis on Magnum Opus. Rowe and Hanson resolved their differences. They celebrated with a drink after it. All is well between these two men, and now they set their sights on the goal that may well be the gold. To take Supremacy down, to lay them out, and to leave eventually as the new World Tag Team Champions, but they've got to get to them before they can have the hopes of that being the case. Whatever it may be, the reaction here in Memphis is tremendous for the War Machine. Listen to those chants of war. And it's certainly no surprise who the favorites are in this arena as they get ready to lock horns with Gallagher and English. Oh, how Magnum Opus fell over the summer. And now we see if War Machine will rise above all that happened to them over the past few weeks and turn it into a lethal and deadly time for Magnum Opus, as Hanson is already exploding out of the gates on Aiden English here. It is not a good start for the former World Tag Team Champions, and certainly not when you're going up against a team looking to be the next World Tag Team Champions. Shelton Benjamin certainly had plenty to say about them last week. Well, now it's War Machine's time to return what was said in a physical sense. Rowe sending Aiden English into the turnbuckle, and he's setting up Aiden English already to end this thing. Fallout! Driven into the mat. Count to 100. It's over. War Machine have won it. What was longer, the entrance or the match? I don't know the answer, but they were both pretty damn close. Regardless of the situation, regardless of which one was longer, War Machine as dangerous as ever and as victorious as ever. Supremacy may have picked a fight with the wrong tag team. And as we talk about teams, we hear it from the associate of Andrade Cien Almas right there and then. How about that for some news? Andrade wants in on Team Raw at Survivor Series. Big announcement made there in that regard by Zelina Vega, but will it just be picking and choosing from Roman Reigns, or is there going to have to be a degree of fighting for it? We will find out as the time goes on. But right now we talk about Team ECW, we talk about that Survivor Series contest, and we talk about Johnny Gargano, of course, in regards to all that. Well, right now it's his wife in action, Miss Gargano, Candice LeRae, squaring up here against Lacey Evans. Candice LeRae making her debut on Monday Night Raw, having made the jump from NXT, having been signed by Sting. And she will be taking on the First Lady on Monday Night Raw in Lacey Evans. Let's see how this one will go for both women. I talked last week about the dominance that I foresee taking place with Trifecta, with the reality being that they absolutely have firm control in every way, shape and form over this Raw Women's division. They had their biggest threat, I believe, in Rosemary and Ronda Rousey. Tessa Blanchard took them out, and now they're gone. And you have to ask the question, who is on this brand who can oppose all three members of Trifecta? Say what you will about Io Shirai, say how much she is of a fantastic women's athlete. Trifecta are better now than when they left NXT. They dominate not only the Raw Women's division, but in my opinion, women's wrestling in general. You want to ask about the most dominant group in this company? To me, it's not LIJ, it's not the Clockwork Project, it was never the Originals. The most dominant group is Trifecta. And this women's division, I think in some ways, whatever they're aligned, however they're aligned with the crowd, however they're aligned with one another, realize they're all against Trifecta. Because it's Jazzy Gabert, Rhea Ripley, and Tessa Blanchard who will do what they want, when they want, and ain't no one able to stop them. Some have tried, and all have fallen. Right now we focus on this contest here between Candice LeRae and Lacey Evans. Bit of a rock and a hard place for Candice LeRae. Does she want to see Team Raw pulling off a strong win at Survivor Series, or does she want to see her husband getting the win? You know, it's a tough scenario that she finds herself in, that's for certain. But right now against Lacey Evans, she's coming out of the gates with a good few shots on her there in that collar elbow tie-up. Yanking that arm back a little bit, looking for some corner punches, but Lacey Evans pushes her back there. Look out. Oh, big running knee there from Lacey Evans. Lacey's got a couple of wins here and there, but nothing spectacular, has to be said, since arriving to Monday Night Raw. And I think that's what she's looking for. You know, you look at the likes of her, Candice LeRae even, who hits a nice hurricanrana there. Look out, legs are hooked as she finished off Lacey Evans. Yeah, count of two. But you look at these two women maybe, you look at Dakota Kai, and you think that they should be, and they have the potential, certainly to break through and to pose a threat, not only in the Raw Women's division, of course, but more importantly right now to Trifecta. What a DDT from Candice LeRae. And in the case of Lacey Evans and Dakota Kai especially, they're not really doing that yet. They're not really breaking through the glass ceiling, quote unquote. And Candice LeRae, you hope that she can do something to break through that and really make a beeline for Trifecta, because for as entertaining as this women's division is, I think I speak on behalf of a lot of people when I say that I do not want it to be just dominated by Trifecta from here until the end of time, basically. There has to be an opposing force to them. We thought Ronda Rousey and Rosemary was that opposing force, and it wasn't. And we heard from Tessa Blanchard last week as well, saying that she wants to prove that she is the most dominant champion, period. A few guesstimations as to what she meant by that, but right now there's nothing solid or in proof or in writing from it. Nice, unpretty there from Candice LeRae, but it gets two on Lacey Evans. Candice putting together the bigger hits in this contest thus far, has to be said. Lacey with the height advantage. And a nice lariat as well to take Candice LeRae off her feet and maybe swing this contest around in her favor. Certainly the crowd here in Memphis on the side of Candice LeRae a little bit more. Then Lacey Evans as she drapes the leg across the chest there of Candice LeRae, looking to finish her off here. It's a 2 count. Candice LeRae rolling out to the apron here, feeling the impact, and Lacey Evans using that moment to express her confidence and to get the crowd with even more jeering towards her. But Candice LeRae comes springboarding back into the ring with a springboard missile dropkick there, taking Lacey Evans off her feet, but she can't capitalize. Lacey stops her right there and then. Look out here. Up in the air, another suplex incoming. Got all of it. So simple, yet so effective from Lacey Evans, making it look as good as she is, I would imagine. Look out in the corner, big knee in the gut there. And Lacey Evans just going to work here. Doing what is necessary to beat down Candice LeRae to secure the victory. Look out here, what a move from Lacey Evans. This is looking to be driving her entire weight down in the chest of Candice LeRae and almost finishing her off right then and there. Candice gets the shoulder up at 2. Lacey, frustrated that was the case, it would seem. Bringing Candice LeRae up to her feet. Is she going to look for the women's right? That's one out of a forearm. Not the women's right just yet, but it might not be that far away. Candice LeRae in big trouble here. Right for another forearm. Candice counters. Full head of steam. Shouldn't have been doing that right in front of Lacey Evans. A little bit of an error was made there by Candice LeRae. And she fights back here. And here she goes. Double clotheslines. Nice drop kick as well. Takes Lacey off her feet. Candice LeRae, look out. Oh, driving the knee into the face of Lacey Evans right down in there. Face first. She went into the knee of Candice LeRae. And trouble may be a brewing for Lacey Evans right now. Setting her up in the middle of the ring. Like husband, like wife. Ms. Gargano escape is locked in on Lacey Evans. Lacey can try, but she's nowhere near the ropes. And like husband, like wife, it finishes the match off. Candice LeRae arrives to Monday Night Raw. Candice LeRae wins on Monday Night Raw. I don't know who's next in line for trifecta in that Raw Women's title. Any match is crucial to the women's division. And Candice LeRae kicking things off just right. Move on here to our next contest of the evening. And a big one in terms of these two guys and their potential career. It is Jeff Hardy to go one-on-one with a man who was supposed to make his re-debut on Monday Night Raw last week, but that got a bit spoiled, shall we say. It is Jeff Hardy to go one-on-one against Cassius Ohno here this evening. Face paint back out for Jeff Hardy. It's been a long time since we've seen that. Hardy ready to go here though, making his way out. Positive reaction from the Memphis crowd as he gets ready to compete here. Let's see how things will go for Jeff Hardy. It's been a rocky run of form the last few months for him. The Sting must see something in him to make him avoid the chopping block that was just a few weeks ago in the releasing period after No Way Out. I say just a few weeks ago, it was last week. In the releasing period and the signing period of talents from NXT. Hardy staying around. Quite a surprise if I am honest, but maybe he will get the chance to showcase why that was the case. Here tonight against Cassius Ohno, brought down to NXT just after WrestleMania, I believe it was, by the former general manager Dredge. Sting, however, looking to give Cassius Ohno another opportunity and re-signing him to Monday Night Raw. We'll see how things will go here though between these two men. Like I said, this is in many ways must win for the pair of them. They really need this win. They really need this match to prove what they're all about, to prove to Monday Night Raw, and to prove to everyone around why they should be on this brand and what they can do to make a difference. And this is more so just a far grasp than anything else to Roman Reigns maybe in regards to a spot on Team Raw at Survivor Series. Reigns may have put it the challenge. He didn't pick his team. We heard Zelina Vega earlier on saying about how she would like to have Andrade representing Monday Night Raw. Maybe this match can help things out as well. We will find out in that regards, but right now, Cassius Ohno and Jeff Hardy ready to lock horns here. While Monday Night Raw maybe without, a few top stars, you think of The Undertaker, you think of Hiroshi Tanahashi. It does give the opportunity for these two guys to get an opportunity to showcase themselves and maybe to pick up a win that otherwise would have gone missing if those guys weren't out with injuries. Or in The Undertaker's case, I don't really know what's going on with the Phenom. All I know is the last time we saw him, he was a victim of the Fiend. like so many others have. Whenever I think about that creation, that creature, it does bring a chill up my spine. Last week, more than anything, just reiterated it. But right now, we're focusing on this contest, not on Bray Wyatt or The Fiend or whatever he may be. Nice clean break in the corner there by Jeff Hardy on Cassius Ohno. Let's see what will happen as this contest wears on. Let's see how important this contest is to both men. Let's see who can possess a greater fight and passion within them to pick up that vital win for both men's careers, more so than anything. Cassius Ohno right now in the corner, wailing away some right hands there on Jeff Hardy, but Hardy pushes him away. Look out here, Hardy coming in. No one home on that forearm. Cassius Ohno instead. Cravat neck breaker. Up and over. Cravat suplex even. Up and over went Jeff Hardy. And a not so nice landing for him to endure either. In the corner went for the big splash there. Hardy gets out of the way. Good back and forth counters from these two men so far as we get things underway in this contest. Looking forward to that big main event between Daniel Bryan and Pete Dunne. Good to see the Bruiserweight back in action as well. Look out here, figure four locked in by Jeff Hardy on Ohno. Trying to make Cassius Ohno tap out here. Submission base, not usually the game of Jeff Hardy. And that's maybe a showcase as to why. Couldn't finish the job there, and Ohno coming in with a big right hand to take him out of that figure four leg lock. Back up in the corner. Hardy comes up with the counter here. A lot of back and forth reversals. Hardy seeming to have the upper edge on Cassius Ohno thus far. Nice tornado DDT from the second turnbuckle from Jeff Hardy. Big splash down on Ohno as well. Cover is made. Is it game over? It's only the count of one. Ohno, you could see there, trying to get up to his feet as quick as possible, trying to get back into the swing of things as soon as he can. Hardy, though, maintaining control in this contest thus far and doing a good job of it. Nice jawbreaker as well there from the charismatic Enigma. Ohno getting a rough introduction back to Monday Night Raw. What a counter there, though, to the drop kick. Boot right in the gut. Ohno working over the arm briefly here. Hardy a little bit more of a high flyer, of course, but he does have his ground-based moves. That could take away the twist of fate. Hardy proving, though, he'll have to do more on the arm if that's the case, as he uses that leg to execute a very nicely done dragon screw leg whip. In the corner goes Hardy again. Oh! Big running splash from Ohno. Second rope he goes here. Hardy quite a ways away. Ohno, though, lining it up. And oh! Grazing maybe the legs. Down onto Hardy. Look for the senton splash. Looked to end up being more of like a leg drop than anything else, and not one that affected Hardy that much either. Right back up to his feet. And an electric chair takes Ohno down. And he rolls out to safety here on the apron, but Hardy is standing right there, ready to try and make an impact. Ohno comes up with the counter, though. Big boot from Cassius Ohno now. Ohno putting that mistake behind him and just focusing on the task at hand here. From behind, Saito suplex. No, bringing him up to his feet here. Hardy coming up with the counter once again, however. Life proving difficult here for Cassius Ohno. Jeff Hardy seeming to have a counter to every single one of Ohno's plans. Twist of fate, stunner there from Hardy. Cover is made. Is it all she wrote? Oh, it's a good counter too. But Hardy realizes the chance in front of him. Hardy bursting to the top rope with a spring of speed. Leg drop. Ohno moved out of the way at the last moment. May have not been lined up correctly to hope for the swanton. Cravat suplex again. And Hardy rolling to the outside here, trying to recover, trying to catch his breath. But Ohno giving him no such chance. Using the ropes for a rope-hung neck breaker. There's such devastation from Ohno. In the corner now. Hardy's in trouble. Hardy is in big trouble. Look out. Discus big boot from Ohno. And from bad to worse it'll go for Jeff Hardy. Ohno is in. Death by elbow. Right the back of the head. Look at that. The devastation of that move. God. Caught him flush. Brutal elbow in the back of the head. Hardy out on the mat, if you ask me. The cover is made. Cassius Ohno returns to Monday Night Raw, and he beats Jeff Hardy. I'll give him credit where it's due. It was a competitive match. Hardy was giving it his all, but oh no, just seemed to have more fire underneath him tonight. He leaves with the win here in Memphis, back on Raw with the victory. And now you have to look for Jeff Hardy. Where to from here? I don't think I will ever understand the concept of that show, but Bray Wyatt seeming to be afraid of his own creation in The Fiend. However, ready for action here tonight is Zack Ryder. He's ready to go here. Look out though! Johnny Gargano! Gargano with retribution! And with a steel chair on Zack Ryder! He hopped over the barricade! It's Gargano's turn to strike back! Goat Slayer on Ryder! Ryder laid out by Johnny Gargano here on Monday Night Raw! And there you hear it! Fire up the engines! ECW and Raw will go to war! Roman Reigns will captain Team Raw! Gargano will captain Team ECW! It is Raw versus ECW! And next week we will find out who will be the first pick for Roman Reigns on that team. It is Samoa Joe against Andrade Cien Almas. The winner is on Team Raw at Survivor Series. What about that'll be? What a moment that was with Gargano, who I imagine is going to be running out of the building as quick as he can. But as for right now, it is time for our main event of the evening. Daniel Bryan in the building. The yes movement behind him as he locks horns with the bruiserweight Pete Dunne in tonight's main event. Non-title action between the two men. But Dunne and Bryan, if ever there was magic to be created in a ring, if ever the canvas was used to create art, you'd throw these two men in there. A lot to talk about again on Monday Night Raw here this evening, and I think the biggest point would be the Team Raw versus Team ECW fight that is going to take place at Survivor Series. Gargano accepting the challenge, not waiting for ECW. He was in Memphis. He was waiting for the right time to strike, and that was the time. That was the moment. Zack Ryder just in the way for Gargano. And whoever would have been in the way, whoever would have been in Ryder's position, it looks like, would have felt the same. But these two men cannot focus on what just happened with Johnny Gargano. These two men have to stay focused on one another, because if they let their attention slip, if they focus on someone else for even but a moment, it could be a drastic loss for either of them. Pete Dunne ready to go here one-on-one with Daniel Bryan. You know, for the longest time we've been waiting in many ways for there to be a meeting of the minds between that man right there and the two-time King of the Ring in Kenny Omega. We don't know when that contest is going to take place, but Kenny Omega has said it himself. He's yet to have that one-on-one contest with Dunne for the title that has gone to a conclusion. Every single time they've tried, there's been something else involved. It was a fatal four-way match at No Mercy. It ended in a DQ at Monday Night Raw that led to that fatal four-way. Omega wants Dunne, but is the feeling the other way around? Does Dunne want to defend that title against Kenny Omega? I don't know for certain. What I do know here tonight is that Daniel Bryan riled up and ready to go here against Pete Dunne. It's our main event of the evening here in Memphis, and it is underway. And what a match it promises to be as well, between a former world champion and Daniel Bryan. And make no mistakes about it, I said this about Aleister Black on ECW, and I'll say it about Pete Dunne, a future world champion in the Bruiserweight. What a breakout year 2019 has been for Pete Dunne on Monday Night Raw. First arrived to SmackDown, but that was not a good stomping ground, shall we say, for the Bruiserweight. Traded to Monday Night Raw and hit the ground running from that point on. Became the United States champion a number of months ago now at the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view. The first man to defeat the Velveteen Dream on Monday Night Raw, to win that US title from him as well. But right now, Dunne's not thinking about all those accolades. He is thinking about Daniel Bryan here and the win that could be in front of him. I don't even know if he's going to be thinking about Kenny Omega as he gets that Regal Plex for a 2 count there. I wonder if Omega's watching this match wherever he is, be it backstage, be it at home. I don't know. But I would imagine, at a guess, I would say he is watching this closely as a snap German suplex is hit by Bryan, and they trade 2 counts. Great move from Bryan there. The speed to snap that one in was absolutely on the button. Bryan now having control here at this portion of the contest. Just out of that feeling out process now and into the starting to be a heavy hitting portion of it. Look out here, Daniel Bryan. 2-footed dropkick, and he'll get a full head of steam for another one. Double drop kicks there from Bryan. Pete Dunne in the world of hit right now. Dragon suplex. No, the Bruiserweight breaks it. Oh, big forearm shot in the face there. Pete Dunne turning things around here on Daniel Bryan and taking control. The United States champion doing what is necessary for him to pick up the win here. Look out, has Bryan in, sit out powerbomb, leg is hooked, shoulders are pinned down. Is it all she wrote? Yeah, no, still way too early to finish off a guy like Daniel Bryan. I think both these guys are going to be cheered on for the longest periods of time in this contest, if you had to ask me. Both these guys well respected from the crowds. Both these guys will want the win over the other, and I don't think the crowd will be all that antagonized if one side picks up the win over the other. I think they're just going to be happy to watch these two guys competing against one another. Bryan throws Pete Dunne to the outside here. Daniel Bryan this early on looking to take a big risk. Bryan to the outside. Drop kicks down on Dunne. And now taking control, using the barricade for a bit of oomph as he sends Pete Dunne back in the ring here. Bryan on the apron looking to capitalize. Bryan in the ring with a big missile drop kick. Got all of it. Rolls over Pete Dunne. Makes the cover. Is it over? It's only 2. A lot of 2 counts already being showcased in this matchup though. Is that good or bad for both men's case? I wanted to win this matchup, I'm not too certain. Daniel Bryan right now, though, is the one in control over Pete Dunne here. Look for the kick there. Dunne comes up with the counter and a nasty lariat. Takes him off his feet there. Kick in the gut as well from Pete Dunne. Oh, what a chop in the chest. You can hear the sting of that one around the arena. Up and over the top rope now. What is Dunne going to do here? Socked him with that right hand. Dunne in. Oh, DDT on Bryan. Didn't even hang him on the ropes. He just nailed all of that DDT. He'll hook the leg. There's blood on the face of Bryan. And oh, a great use of the ropes there. What ring savvy from Daniel Bryan. Slight cut in the head and the nose, it looks like. But using the ropes there for safety. Look out though. Tombstone! Tombstone pile driver there from Dunne. And he sees the open wound. And like a shark smelling that blood, he is all over it. It's not a big open wound, it has to be said, but it's an open wound nonetheless. Oh, what a knife-edge chop there from the United States champion. Kind of made there by Bryan, however. Could this match? We know that Samoa Joe and Andrade will fight for the first space alongside Roman Reigns in that 4v4 Survivor Series match. But will the winner of this one, maybe, just maybe, find themselves a position on that team as well? It's fun to speculate, that's for certain. Daniel Bryan might be looking to make it him. It's the yes lock. It's the yes lock from Bryan. That came out of nowhere. Bryan with the yes lock, but oh, Pete Dunne in the ropes, firm as you like there. Daniel Bryan maybe angled it in the wrong direction before looking for it, and that's what led to Pete Dunne getting an easy rope break, but Bryan with a full head of steam once again with that double drop kick, taking Dunne down to the mat. Bryan not letting up here. Top rope he goes. Look out for Pete Dunne's sake. Top rope, Bryan in. Went for the drop kick, but Dunne swatted himself out of the way just in time. And a nasty backbreaker follows up as well from the US champion. Pete Dunne doing all he can right now to keep Daniel Bryan down on the mat. Maybe looking to finish him off, looking to damage the body right now for the bitter end to finish off Daniel Bryan to pick up this big win over a former world heavyweight and United States champion. Daniel Bryan is a living embodiment of Monday Night Raw in so many ways. Pete Dunne, though, wants to prove that he is the new blood of this brand and he wants to get a win. Triangle armbar here on Daniel Bryan. Look at how he's trying to extend that arm. Stretch it straight, and Bryan may well have to tap. Or his arm will pop out of socket. Bryan in trouble. Will he have to submit here? Is he going to have to tap out? He won't tap out. He's breaking it. Look at this. Bombing his way free. But how much damage did that triangle armbar do on Daniel Bryan? Clearly not so much as he takes down Pete Dunne with a discus forearm. Look out now. Bryan in. Oh! Still afraid to get a little bit underhanded, Bryan. And then stomping on the back of Pete Dunne as well. These guys now starting to get very heavy hitting with their strikes. Starting to make things hurt a little bit more. Starting to go to whatever striking combination they can find to keep the other one down in this contest, it would seem. Bryan attacking the arm of Pete Dunne once again here. It's Daniel Bryan who has momentum in this contest thus far. It's Daniel Bryan who is looking to try and do whatever he can to finish off Pete Dunne. Back and forth momentum has swung. Calum mutilation though for Bryan on Pete Dunne. Calum mutilation applied. A devastating submission hold that Daniel Bryan is an expert of. Could it lead to the submission of the bruiserweight? Could Bryan just be about to make the US champ tap out? Oh no, Dunne works his way around and elbows his way free. Maybe on that slight bloody spot there on the head of Bryan. Could well be a cut begging to be opened. And Dunne is doing all that he can to bust it open. Dunne is in here. Look out! X-Plex from Dunne! Covers made. There's two. Oh, what a kick out from Bryan. Don't think he knew where he was when he got sprung, when he got spun around upside down. But Pete Dunne knows exactly where he is and knows exactly what he could be closing in on. The sweet taste of victory over Daniel Bryan. He will look for the bitter end. Bryan, he stuffs it. Great counter from Daniel Bryan right out of there. Crowd on their feet here in Memphis for this main event. Bryan to the top rope. Here we go. We're about to have a flying go. Oh, head first into the mat. Rough landing for Daniel Bryan. Sit out bomb again from Dunne. One of these guys going to have to do to finish off the other here. Dunne, he goes to the turnbuckle and he's calling Bryan up to his feet here. Here goes Dunne. Oh, the referee got in the way inadvertently. Another running knee on Pete Dunne. He could be about to finish him off here. Bryan feels the end on its way. Oh my God! Oh my God! Hopping over the barricade is Bobby Fish. Dunne's rolled to the outside. The referee is down on the outside. What in the hell is Bobby Fish of all people doing here? Fish on Bryan. Fish hook. What is one of SmackDown's biggest names doing on Monday Night Raw? Bobby Fish assaulting Bryan. He sees the referee stirring and he's running for his life. And Pete Dunne, just like the referee, none the wiser. Both men up to their feet. Dunne in here. Bitter end on Bryan. The cover is made. Pete Dunne beats Daniel Bryan, but I don't think he has the slightest clue what happened. Neither does the referee. But Daniel Bryan, he certainly knows. He looked the man in the eye. Pete Dunne, your winner. A fantastic main event, spoiled by its ending. Dunne is victorious, but I don't think he knows how he won it. The referee doesn't know. He was caught up in the boot of Pete Dunne, and then the floodgates opened. Plenty happened here on Raw tonight, but only one thing matters to Daniel Bryan, and there he is.